Now we'll see the factors of food quality and systems. As I earlier said, that the food quality is comparatively a complex phenomena in which we have to look at a large, uh, maybe a longer list of certain factors that have to be considered from the point of view of manufacturer, from the point of view of the government or the regulatory agencies, as well as from the point of view of the consumers as well. So we have to meet all those requirements uh, that have to be met, and those requirements, they can be again stated or they can be implied as well. For example, we might have stated uh, requirements by the consumer that what is the kind of weight or width or dimensions of a food that they want, but they might be implied needs or requirement by the consumer as well. For example, a specific taste or a specific flavor. So they might be actually making it more complex to define the quality of the product. So it has to, and that is the reason probably we have got several of definition of food quality or on quality itself, because it is a complex subject. It is not very much well defined, for example, like scientific terms. So it would have a lot of different variable factors, and there may be a lot of different ways in which we can look at quality factors or the food quality factors. So as I said, that maybe the government is setting certain regulations. We earlier discussed that as if we are not meeting the regulatory standards, that is one of the major reason that we can say that food is a bad quality, because it does not meet the regulatory standards. And regulatory standards are normally made for few reasons. First of all, they should make that food is safe for the end user. Then the end user is not deceived, there's no deception, then there's no fraud, and again they have to take care of the claims that are made on the label of food. So that's is the main requirement of regulatory agencies. But on the other hand, the desirable taste or color or viscosity or other factors, they may be decided by the producer themselves, because they would actually decide the buying of a product by end user if they like that product. So there may be no deception, there's no element of deception, or there's no element of safety in there in a food product, but still might be consumer reject something because of their own implied needs or implied requirements from a food product. So as I said, this makes it a little more complex, but there may be certain stated requirements. For example, the declared quantity, ingredients, labels, claims, they are normally easy to be assessed. They are easy to meet those standards. Then we have to look at the fitness for human use, whether we have to look at the food that has been produced or that has been it is being sold in the market. Does is it wholesome or not? The wholesome food, maybe if maybe you are selling milk as a full cream milk and does not have any maybe some of the ingredients have been removed, maybe the high price ingredient, for example cream, has been removed or replaced with vegetable oil, etc. So these are the things that would be compromising the wholesomeness of food. So as I said, and you know by now that there are a lot of requirements. The quality requirements might come from all different forums, and we have to meet these requirements. In order to meet them, we need to know them first. So if we talk about the food from the point of view of food industry or food manufacturing units, and if we talk about the food quality systems, so they have to actually implement different systems that take care of the quality of the food product. So these are the broader system, managerial system, or they more over they would take care of the safety of the food products as well. So if we talk about such systems, there might be again different kinds of system. There may be quality control programs, in which we have to actually have certain limits for every variable. We have to decide certain parameters of quality, and then we have to measure them off and on, and we need to make sure that these quality parameters are met. in every batch, in every day's production. So these criteria are met. So this is the quality control operations. Then there are more complex quality assurance programs as well that would be um, making sure that they are setting up good standards, or they setting are certain criteria for which we have to test food products or the process during the processing. So they are you would say that on a higher level of thinking, where we would be having quality assurance program in which we would decide different quality control practices, and those quality control practices are actually performed at the lower level. Similarly, we would have quality management systems as well. They are all done to achieve food quality at the end. For example, on the quality management system, we might have ISO 9000 system standards, which are followed by many organizations. So these are the broader system that helps an organization to actually go for the improvement of quality in their product and to have consistency in the end product. Similarly, as I earlier said, this GMP, like good manufacturing practices, and there is another concept called as HACCP, HACCP, or it stands for Hazard Analysis at Critical Control Point. So this is a food safety management system, in fact, which is adopted by many of the manufacturer. Uh, they would decide what are the factors or the criteria that has to be judged for every food product, maybe for raw material or in process goods or for the finished goods, that we have to test them to make sure that the food would meet the quality standards that are set by the organization. So it would include quality management system, as I said. Then it would involve the inspection, monitoring of the materials, products, processes, and it would look at all the possible food safety hazards that may um, come into the food product, and then we have to, as I earlier said, either eliminate those hazards or reduce them to a safer level, or to maintain the condition in which the level of hazards do not go above a range in which it is more dangerous for the end user. So this is a little about what are the factors for food quality management systems and what are the food quality systems adopted by the food industry.